This is the Jacobson family of Spiddal near Galway. Counting Mrs. Jacobson, they number just 6, ever since their father left home 2 years ago. Not that their lives have been affected all that much. After all, it's not as if Mr. Jacobson went all that far when he deserted his wife and family. He just moved to the bottom of the garden, to his monastery.
Let him thank the Lord for his goodness, for the wonders he does for men. For he burst the
It's not easy to make your way as a monk with a wife and 5 children to support. But Kevin Jacobson, an Irish Dane, is a man of vision. In the absence of any existing religious order for the happy family monk, he went it alone and founded Ireland's first do-it-yourself monastery. Here he eats, works and sleeps with his 9 acolytes, whilst up at the house, Mrs. Jacobson goes about the business of bringing up her family. The surprising thing about Mrs. Jacobson, apart from being the wife of a monk with 5 children, is that she would rather like to have been a nun.
In lots of ways, they're a great help. And of course, they're a great inspiration. Because I always can see them leading a higher life and a better life, you know. And try to do something for myself.
She could have lost me long ago, I could have just died, or I could run away with somebody else. So many things could have happened, you know. We could have been fighting like cat and dogs, you know.
And she accepts this willingly.
She accepts that, oh yes.
You can go to the next bar now.
But neither man nor woman can live by faith alone, and Mary's followers of the cross, with a wife and family to support, work hard to earn their livelihood. A livelihood which owes more to Grimsby, perhaps, than to Galilee.
Let go now.
Off the lonely shores of the Aran Isles, they fish, using an elaborate Longline system devised by Brother Jacobson himself, which he hopes to patent and market commercially. It's unlikely that monastic capitalism will ever catch on in a big way, but for the followers, there's no apparent contradiction. Already thousands of pounds have been invested in the boat and equipment. Exactly where the money has come from is in some doubt. Under his oath of honesty, Kevin Jacobson will admit to an anonymous donor, and under the same oath, won't actually deny that the donor could be his own family estate back in Denmark. Kevin came to Ireland 20 years ago on a hitchhiking holiday, saw the light on the road to Dublin, became a convert and stayed. After failing to gain a place in one of the established religious orders, he joined the Legion of Mary, a lay organisation in Dublin. It was there he met his wife and, subsequently, all the members of his order. Speaking of whom, back at the monastery, not all is exactly as it seems. These monks with high voices aren't. They're nuns, all of which gives the followers a certain notoriety. But the notoriety is undeserved. Kevin Jacobson doesn't believe in dampening the youthful exuberance of his followers, but he does believe in dampening everything else.
Without sex. I suppose there's always a strain there, but there's a strain wherever you are in the world, there's a kind of that. But we have taken certain precautions, and that's why we wear the clothes we wear and have the haircut and so on. That all helped to reduce us down to just boys and girls rather than men and women.
The swimming is of no religious significance, just a monk's idea of letting one's hair down, in the absence of the real thing, no doubt. Most of the order are in their early 20s or even late teens, and Kevin Jacobson readily admits that at least one member has been snatched from the monastery by angry parents come to fetch an impressionable child home. Moira, whose head is not yet shaven, is a 19-year-old lab technician from Dublin. She's here on a short stay to make up her mind, once and for all, whether to join the order.
But I more or less have decided.
It's just a question of facing up to the parents, is it?
Yeah.
Are you a bit frightened about that?
Well, when I think about it, I am. So I don't think about it.
Do you think they're going to be very upset?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I suppose it's natural that they would have reservations about it.
Are they religious people themselves? I mean, will they understand your reasons?
Well, they're Catholics, yeah. But it is hard to understand. I mean, I don't really understand it myself.
It's just something you feel compelled to do.
Yeah.
The followers believe that most religious orders have gone soft. Not so their own. The evening meal is a frugal diet of potatoes and peas. Tonight, there's another chance to hear Butler's Lives of the Saints, Volume 5, followed by a little quiet relaxation at home.
Their intention was to join the Society of Jesus as soon as that should be restored, and meantime they gave missions and retreats and conducted schools not only in France but abroad. Père Joseph Verrin, the leading light of the Fathers of the Faith, was desirous of instituting a society of women devoted to the higher education of girls.
Well, we only use television as a form of recreation. And that's why we don't use it to look at the news or see what's happening in the world. But programs that's entertaining, we use them as a recreation.
What sort of programs?
Like Hawaii 5-4, Kojak, things like that.
It's 9 o'clock in the evening. McGarrett has saved Hawaii for America. Confession has been said, and the monks observe a vow of silence as they go to bed on the floor. Girls in one room, boys in another. During the night, they will rise to pray no fewer than 3 times.
Is there any sense in which it's unfair that you have been married, you have a family, they will never have?
No, it's nothing unfair, because the life we live in celibacy is not a life anyway less than a married life. I would say it's a higher life where you experience a greater happiness and a greater peace.
They will never know about a family and children, will they?
No, but knowledge isn't everything. Then, of course, again, we believe that we have been chosen by God to live the life we live, and if we do God's will and live the life He has in mind for us, that's the only way we will be really happy.